Out of all the features that come with the Xbox Series X, I'd have to say far and away my favorite would have to be FPS Boost. Don't get me wrong, I love resolution upgrades to last generation games like Red Dead, Splinter Cell Blacklist, but FPS Boost changes the gameplay, man. It makes everything feel so much smoother. So, without further ado, here are the top 5 games, or my top 5 games, that I'd like to see benefit from FPS Boost. Here we go. Number 5, Mafia 1 Remake. This game was a big surprise for me. I really enjoyed it, but to say that the controls on console feel bad would be an understatement. The game is suffering from what I feel to be gross input lag. How this made it past the development table, I do not know. On PC, it feels amazing. On console, both PS4 Pro and Xbox Series X, and I have not tried it on PS5, but it's running the PS4 Pro version of the game, so I don't imagine it will feel any different. On these versions, it feels horrible. These controls, quite frankly, suck. So I would hope that FPS Boost would alleviate this. It still might not, because it literally feels like input lag. There's a difference between input lag and dead zones. This feels almost like game streaming. It just feels terrible, and it's a shame because the game is really good. And if you know anything about my channel, follow my channel, you know I play with auto aim off, and that makes the aiming in this game on the console version very difficult. So I'd really love to see this game get an FPS boost. Number 4, Batman Arkham Knight. For me, this is my favorite superhero game to date. I love this game. I love everything about this game. To me, this game feels more next gen than most next generation games. What Rocksteady did with this game is nothing short of spectacular, and boy, does this gem hold up. Combat system, the open world city, the Batmobile, everything feels pristine. But unfortunately, on Xbox Series X, it is running the standard Xbox One version of the game. No Xbox One X enhancements, no visual enhancements, no nothing. Bare bones garbage. I think it's 720p resolution. I know the PS4 Pro is running 1080p. I'm almost positive the standard Xbox One is not running that resolution. So this game looks grainy. In motion, it looks real bad. I think FPS Boost would drastically clean this up, and we might not even need a resolution boost. But if they could give this a resolution boost on top of FPS Boost, boy, would that would put this over the top. My goodness gracious. I'd actually like to see FPS Boost come to Arkham City as well as making Arkham Origins backwards compatible. But another topic for another day. Number 3. This is a thing of beauty. A great thing of beauty. Mafia 3. Boy, let me tell you, I absolutely adore this game. I have over 50 hours in the PC version. I own it on Xbox Series X. I own it on PlayStation 4 Pro. Love the game. Guilty pleasure. It does get repetitive, but the voice acting, the story, the gameplay, Lincoln Clay here is one of the most badass characters you will ever get to play in a video game. This dude here is absolutely brutal. The speed, the ferocity, the power. He's just an absolute force, and you feel it when you play as him. He's a trained soldier. You will walk through people, but if you put the game on hard, it actually provides a decent challenge because the enemies will kill you very fast. That being said, it looks outstanding on Series X, Xbox One X, but it suffers from 30 FPS. Now, I can get it done. I can aim, but it's uncomfortable. I've used the example before. It's like running with a rock in your shoe. You can still run, but it's uncomfortable. Now, that's not to say it's painful. Actually, you know what? I take that back. Yes, it is. It's very painful to play at 30 FPS after you've been playing at 60 for so long. So to see this game get an FPS boost and actually keep this same resolution that it's running would be absolutely outstanding. Love to see it. Next up, kind of a no-brainer here. Number 2, Red Dead Redemption 2. Oh, how I love you. Even though you shit on my shoe with your 30 FPS garbage. This game looks spectacular on Xbox Series X. I believe it's running native 4K, but the problem is I can't freaking aim. I cannot aim, and it drives me up the wall. This is without a doubt the most difficult time I've had out of any game aiming. I've spent more time in the settings trying to tweak controls than I have playing certain games. I mean, I've literally got hours in the settings menu trying to get the controls to feel right. It's the only game I've ever been tempted to turn the auto aim back on. And on horseback, you have to have it on. I just can't aim. And it drives me crazy because I love the game. You know, there's always something. Nothing can be perfect. There's always got to be something. But you know the saying, the sweet is never as sweet without the sour. So FPS Boost coming to this game would be huge. They'd have to drop the resolution, I know, to the standard Xbox, which I'd be willing to take the compromise if it was a consistent 60 FPS. Number 1. Ghost Recon Wildlands. Yes, that's right. This game I would pick over all the rest on this list. I love this game. It holds a special place in my heart. It is one of the best co-op experiences I think you can have. I still have a blast with it, but it feels like trash on consoles. That's just the bottom line. Certain 30 FPS games feel better than others. This one is not on Red Dead Redemption 2's level of feeling bad, but it's not smooth either. Like Ghost Recon Breakpoint improved the controls, and it feels better at 30 FPS, so it's more doable. This one does not feel as good, and the controls, quite frankly, they drive me crazy, and I think the 60 FPS boost, and if they could keep this resolution, I'm sure they'd have to drop this too. They'd have to drop it to the standard Xbox resolution, which when I fired this up on the Xbox Series X, it was running the standard Xbox resolution, so it shouldn't be anything to put FPS boost on this game. I hope they do it. This is one of those games, by the way, where I would advise against going any more than 2 people, because the more players you have, the more enemies they throw at you, and I've personally seen these enemies spawn out of nowhere the more players you have. 2 people, I haven't seen it. 3 and 4, boom, they'll spawn them right on your damn ass in order to kill you and make it harder. So 2 seems to be the sweet spot. Love this game. I love how tactical the game is. I love the aesthetic. I just love it, man. And FPS Boost makes these games better. So to see this get FPS Boost, I'd be super, super excited about that. So there you go. That's my top 5 list. Do you agree with our list? Tell us below in the comments. Holler at me in the comments if you agree, disagree. What games would you personally like to see get FPS boost? I think they've done a good job. They've drastically slowed. We had a big bunch of FPS boost games. Then we had just one, the most recently, which was Demon Souls. So or Dark Souls, I'm sorry, Dark Souls 3. So looking forward to more FPS boost titles. Hopefully some of them from this list make the cut. Hopefully all of them. That's all I got for you. Hope you enjoyed the video. I will holler at you guys later.